Appreciation Day, part of a week-long celebration of the hard work, passion, and personal investment educators across the country give to their students. And you actually have a few teachers in your family, right?
I do.
Me
My
too.
mom was a longtime school teacher. She became an administrator. She retired a couple years ago. She did more than 35 years. My mother-in-law, Lindsay's mom, was a teacher, became a principal. Did about 40 years.
Yeah. Well, our next guests are teachers too, and they teamed up to start an awesome project with their students that are fostering creativity, curiosity, and community, and that makes them best in class. Let's welcome Sarah and Adam, everybody. Well, meet Craig, everybody. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
So you're both art teachers, right?
Yes.
Yes, you both always wanted to do art teaching. This has always been in the cards?
Yeah, well, I've been teaching for 10 years now at the high school level.
Yeah.
And I think I became a teacher because I really struggled to get through school. Like academics and the rigor of it was just really challenging. And the art room was a safe space where I could express myself and work in clay. And now I'm actually really proud to be working at the high school where I went to school. And I get to offer that space to the kids.
That's so cool, to the kids that were you. That's right. Yeah. What about you? What about you?
So very similar to Sarah, I struggled academically in high school as well. And my high school art teacher really set me up for success. She was always there for me. And I always wanted to be an art teacher at a young age. I had that dream. And even my elementary art teacher, she really inspired creativity in me because she did this choice-based art program where I got to choose my own projects and develop and make my own projects. And it was just amazing to me to be an artist at such a young age, inspired me to be an art teacher. So now I'm at Dondero Elementary School. I've been there for 7 years at the art teacher. And previously to that, I was a teacher for students with autism at a nonprofit school too.
Man, that's really cool. Thank you both. And also just a lesson too, like for, I mean, all of us sitting here, I'm not sure about you, Greg, but like arts is what kept me in school. Like you had to make a certain average to be able to participate in the arts programs, and that's what kept me a better student than I would have been. So it's a lesson to not get rid of the arts programs in school. But Sarah, tell us about your project for your high school students.
So I had this idea to have my high school ceramics 1 students create sculptures of drawings that younger students had created, or drawings of monsters that younger students had drawn. And we started with the preschool that's actually built into our high school. We were able to just walk down and hang out with the preschoolers. And those drawings were basically just scribbles.
Yeah.
So it was a challenge. It was definitely challenging. But at the end of it, the high school kids got to, oh, yeah.
That's so cool, though.
That is cool.
Yeah, those are scribbly and just so amazing. But we got to give, the high school students got to give those to the kids. And the kids were so cute, I just didn't want to let it die. I was like, we have to keep going, but we only have 1 preschool. So I reached out to Adam, who we work in the same district. We've done some art shows together. And I was like, can we get some maybe 2nd graders or 3rd graders? He has given me a drawing from every 2nd grader in the class.
Yeah. What about your class? How did they kind of react?
Oh my goodness. They were so thrilled to know that their drawings would eventually become sculptures, especially from high school students. And they were amazed by the process of it, of course. And so when I started the lesson with them, we started brainstorming. And my #1 rule was it has to be your own creation. You have to use your imagination, make this your own. And then we kind of talked together about, okay, so what is your monster's personality? Is it silly? Is it goofy? Is it scary? Does it have 2 eyes, 3 eyes, or 4 arms? And what is its name? So we talked about that for a while, and the first class was just kind of rough drafts and sketching it out. And they had to choose 3 with 3 different personalities. In the next class, they chose their favorite monster that they created and kind of refined their drawing. We talked about creating texture and coloring and shading and outlining it to make it a refined drawing. And the biggest success for me is when I saw all of my 2nd graders, their artwork that they made. each monster and creature was different, and it had their own personality for sure.
And a little bit of their identity attached in there somewhere, which is super cool too. Joining us now are two students who took part in the assignment, 17-year-old Tyrnyn, cool name, and 8-year-old Vivienne, classic. Nice to have you on the show.
Hi, Kelly. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so beyond honored to be on the show.
I'm so stoked to have y'all. This is such a cool project. I guess, Vivienne, I'm gonna start with you. So tell us about the monster you decided to make.
So this is Hooky. I draw 2 drawings and then I picked one.
You picked one. This was the one that made. I love it. It's like a pirate as well.
He has a horn, crown, and eye patch. And also, I named him Hooky because he has a hook on one of his hands.
Oh my gosh, you and my kids would get along so well.
And I made him fuzzy because my favorite book's Dog Man, and he's really fuzzy.
Oh, I know Dog Man, yeah.
And he also likes to go on adventures like Dog Man too.
I love that. My kids are really into Dog Man. That's so cool. So, Tyrnyn, how did you approach turning Hooky into a sculpture?
I mean, it was certainly a lot different than any other projects that I'd done in Miss Mundy's class before, because I was working not just from my imagination, but I actually had something to work from.
Yeah.
And I think my favorite part about the whole project was definitely making the hook. I mean, like she said, it's like the heart and soul of the whole piece.
Yeah.
And
the name. Yeah.
And also another great thing about it is with all the hair, I got to try a new glazing technique called mishima, which is basically where you take a needle tool and you make all these thin little designs, and then after it's been fired, you cover the whole thing in underglaze, and then you wipe it off with a wet sponge, and the color just stays in those fine little lines.
Oh, that's so cool.
It was just such a fun new technique to do, but obviously there were also challenges that came with it. Like, you can't put solid pieces of clay in the kiln, and obviously it had to be big and round, so I had to hollow out the inside, and then while I was hollowing it out, all the limbs kept falling off. And Ms. Mundy will tell you she had to help me reapply them like 4 times.
Oh my gosh. Well, I have no idea how to do any of it. So, yeah. So you're brilliant compared to what I can do. Yeah. That's incredibly cool. Like, even how this project came about. I hope a bunch of other schools like this catches on. It's such a cool thing to do. So wait, are you ready to see Hooky in 3D?
Yes.
Yes, me too. Let's bring Hooky out. Here we go. Oh my gosh! There you go. It's heavy. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. That's heavier than I anticipated.
Clay's pretty heavy.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Yes.
So cool. I love the crown and the patch. She's like an assassin. I like it so much. This is so cool, man, that you created something like this. Well, what would you like to say on Teachers Appreciation Day?
Thank you so much, Mr. Bastille. You make art class so fun. And you're funny and kind, and I love when we had dance parties.
All right. Is there anything you want to say?
Absolutely. I just wanted to say thank you so much. You're an incredible teacher and a fantastic potter, and just overall such an amazing person. I've loved getting to know you and working with you. You always know how to guide us without just fully giving us the answer, so we get to go through the path of finding out for ourselves. You're so great at getting everyone, especially me, to branch out creatively and try new things. And just on behalf of the entire Portsmouth School, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all your hard work.
You in for best hair ever on this show.
Thank you so much.
I cannot stop staring at your beautiful hair. I was like, oh my gosh, that God-given beautiful hair.
You can thank my mom for it.
Yeah, you didn't do anything. Yeah. Well, Adam, Scholastic believes in the power of reading to inspire imagination, which is why they're donating 1,500 books for your classroom library.
Wow.
Absolutely. And that's not all. Sarah, Scholastic is also dedicated to making sure students at all schools have access to resources that help them reach their fullest potential. So they're donating $5,000 to Portsmouth High School for art supplies, because that can be
Thank you so much.
Play budget section.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you for sharing Hooky with us. Hooky is super rad. I love it. We'll be right back, everybody, with What I'm Liking.